Play with something safe, man. Don't play with me.
Alright, so I have a bunch of videos coming out soon, really trying to push my content and grow. I hope y'all help me grow as well by showing support, making sure to check out my description section of this video to check out the links like Twitter, Twitch, my Cash App, and all the prizes you get for donating, helping me become full-time. But anyways, today I want to talk about something DC Comics doesn't have that Marvel has, and that is humans that are definitely about it. So the reason I say Marvel has that and DC doesn't is actually from a crossover my buddy GB pointed out to me. Cap saw that DC humans basically worship the Justice League, and he thought that was weird because humanity back on Earth would never do that in Marvel. So with that being said, we're gonna review just what exactly led Captain America to believing this to be the case. What makes him think humans are on their levels when they're literally, the Justice League Avengers are supposed to be like godlike figures to us. That's what we need to talk about. So with that being said, keep an open mind. And I hope you guys realize and remember during this video, whenever, especially DC fans, whenever you get butthurt, I did not write these comics. All I did was read them, save the scans, and laughed. Okay, so with that being said, I hope you enjoy this insane video on the wildness that Marvel humans get involved in. So first moment we're going to discuss came in the pre-retconned Beyonder story when he's basically exploring humanity. Avengers see him as a threat. They start chasing him down. Beyonder flees, right? Well, after seeing Beyonder flee the scene, the humans who saw this said his speed simply scaled maybe to the Redskins quarterback. They think meta speed is trash. Like, this is the Beyonder that, like, just a couple issues before, like, pulled up on the Celestials as a joke and fought them. And humans think he's like Redskins quarterback speed. Ridiculous. At one point, while discussing the Marvel abstracts, it is stated that humans are cosmic cube level. But humanity simply is not aware of this. So what typically seems to happen in Marvel Comics, what seems to be the narrative, is all the potential of humanity and all the power of humanity. A lot of times they simply aren't aware of what they actually can do and what they're capable of. And if they were, they would bolo everybody. Superheroes would not be a thing in Marvel Comics. Human Torch started getting beat up by humans in a Fantastic Four early on series, and Thing thought he was in enough danger that he had to drop in. Human Torch was getting beat up, and Thing was like, they're not gonna do my boy like that, and he tried to drop in with the it's clobber in time. Back to the Beyonder story. Beyonder once got ragdolled in the hood for using blackface. This same arc, Beyonder wasn't even able to be budged by Celestial swarming him, yet a human punch boloed. By the way, this was hilarious. Basically, he went with Luke Cage to the hood and was like, why is everyone staring at me? And when Luke Cage kind of explained it's because you're white, Beyonder changed his skin to black and started talking in slang and got beat up immediately. Surfer hella guessed it against humans and got boloed by humans, which isn't a surprise because Surfer is absolutely trash, but even still people think he's strong, so I decided to include this. When fighting Galactus, who, you know, in context, a lot of characters in Marvel at the time thought he was God, like this was the godlike figure. In fact, not many people know this, but Stan Lee thought he was like gonna be the God figure of Marvel. But at the time, they're fighting this godlike figure trying to stop him from consuming Earth. Thing called for the cops and implied that they would bolo Galactus. Later on, humans actually tank attacks like they're right there that boloed Fantastic Four members like Sue Storm. Like, y'all gotta remember, humans are usually standing by watching these people throw down and are just tanking the aftermath of the effects of the battles. It's insane. Humans also watched a movie that featured real life writers and real life actors, and the humans in Marvel see us as fiction. That's rough. Mexicans also decided to make a little money when they saw Silver Surfer. They saw he's a shiny alien. They figured a shiny alien in a verse like this has to have some street market value, and jumped him, and he had to dip after they started mauling him. One time, while in, the narration and the viewer are going to see the inside of a SHIELD crash site, the human guards tell the reader to kick rocks and that you're not allowed to see what's in there, which is insane. Humans also in the same story made a casual Thanos level prison, and this is also modern Thanos, who's much stronger. Apparently a tiger god that we saw in the Avengers with Luke Cage beat up Shuma Gorath, who can fight Doctor Strange pretty easily. This tiger god is scared of humans. A human basic volcano, according to Blue Marvel's Sun, can crack dimensional barriers. A lady also, one time in the old comics, tanked space and time being ripped apart in her presence. This was in a Thor run. A human scientist in the Eternal runs, which I'm going to cover the Eternals down the line, by the way. He was intrigued by Arishem of the Fourth Host, but isn't shook despite him being the celestial judge of all things. This is also that story I put in my community tab about humans getting in a shootout with celestials, so buckle up. In this story, celestials are coming down to judge the Earth. Now, there's three beings that are a result of the celestials tampering with Earth. There's deviants who are ugly, live underground, and do hood rat stuff. There's eternals that are pretty, stay up on the mountains, and pretend they're gods. And then there's humans that do everything else. The deviants once tried to rebel against the celestials and got beat up. This time, Crow, who's one of the main characters for the deviants, says he has an idea. When they ask him what his idea is, he explains that they're gonna make the humans beef with the celestials because the humans would pull up on celestials. This deviant was asked how to beat celestials, and his best answer, and what the group decided was ultimately the best answer, was gassing up the humans to beef with celestials. We then see Crow and the deviant army fly in. Crow, who can control his molecular body, changes to make himself look like the devil. So humanity thinks extra dimensional devil and his army is attacking. Their response is, quote, "He doesn't frighten me. I say we can lick him and send him back into space." The other guy said, "If it's a fight he wants, he'll get one." And they started immediately scrapping with the deviants. This isn't even just the cops. This was regular people pissed off, scrapping with the deviants, who they believe are divine beings. All hell then breaks loose as cops swarm the deviant army. Normal cops are doing this in New York, and they start winning the fight against deviants. In Eternal, Cersei, I believe, who is currently viewing this battle, swears the National Guard, if called in, would destroy the deviant army. She actually tells the human with her, "Yo, if y'all called in the National Guard, that would be the best move, because you could actually do some work." The police chief, after rallying his men, actually fights back through and goes through Crow's army. The police chief then thugs Crow the deviant, who he currently thinks is the devil, who tried to thug him, and then the cops swarm the rest of Crow's guys. For reference, Crow has beaten Eternals before, and these cops are sick of him. Point blank, don't even blink when he uses magic in their presence and attack him. A general, when briefed on the Celestial situation, how a Celestial's coming down, broke through time and space, and is going to judge them, says this war with the Celestials might scale to World War II. Cops clear Crow's boys and then finally get to him. They aren't shook about him being the devil and tell him they're sick of his tomfoolery and that it's time to really throw down. The Eternal King, like the King of the Eternals, had to actually come down and then stop the cops who were going to air it out on Crow, implying Crow was actually in trouble. The cops also said the army massively outscales regular cops and would bolo the devil casually. And they've seen Crow's power, so they know what they're talking about. Now, of course, I'm going to show, like I did at the beginning, the way that DC humans worship and idolize the DC characters like Justice League. It's not happening in Marvel because it's real in Marvel. If you pull up, especially on the cops, it's going down. In fact, in one of the most direct pieces of evidence that Marvel humans are built different, a police officer named Kevin Cole has taken up the mantle of Black Panther and later becomes a hero by the name of White Tiger. However, during his time as a cop, he thought chasing down the likes of War Machine was a good look for a promotion as it led to arrests. So he was doing all this hood rat stuff. Just a regular cop was Black Panther, just doing Black Panther stuff because he felt like it, because he thought it was a good look. Marvel humans are definitely built different. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what your favorite Marvel humans moment is. A lot of people say arresting Thanos. My opinion, that was light work, everyday feat for them. But yeah, let me know. Anyways, I enjoyed making this video. I'm hoping to pump out a bunch of content for y'all. It's been your boy, your favorite villain. Check out all the links in the description, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.